And I know what they're installing. If they already installed enough stuff in it, be able to hear like screwing and like drill like objects that you have to install things via one of those not screwdrivers, but one of those like rotary like a rotary noise. They can't violate any of the copyright things when you go forth and say that you're just for 18 and up. If you have checked the box of being when I originally started this YouTube channel, I put 18 and up. So I can't go forth and say that I'm like not. This isn't for like learning anybody. Is this video game channel that I play video games in my spare time. I just fucking played at one point in time at a place for like 3 years. And another place I was distraught from hearing stuff. We changed out the Mickey. This is the room that hadn't been remodeled. The kitchen had been remodeled. The roof been remodeled, but not the trimming. That was for my sister from the '90s. They put me in my sister's fucking room, but fucking didn't have a say on it because it was the back of the house was safer than being in the front of the house. And you hear creepy fucking commotion during during the day, but it was raining. It was raining out. Every game I played was like rated T15 and rated for mature. The shooting was rated T15. I was watching Southern Craig from Screw Attack. I used to have a game trailers account back in 2007, and I wish game trailers was still a thing, but MTV, that Viacom. There used to be a Viacom network where that skateboarder guy that didn't have his equivalent of 12th grade didn't get made fun of by Obama saying what did he wanted for dinner and shit. And whenever the fuck grandpa owned the restaurant, why the hell did they fucking even try to demonstrate that a person who had to go forth and be at a job in 2010, a long time ago, either I was on game trailers at the house or at a job or at an appointment for KU Medical Center in 2010. I had a photo bucket account. With photos on it and shit. If I was up, Casey Anthony murdered her fucking child, they shown what was on her computer at the time when she turned on her fucking computer. They knew when she turned it on, it had the ability to keep track what the hell, and I didn't have anything bad on it, like notions of like having no. If a guy would have been at a house party and I was with that Evan guy, but Evan had the Madonani and them playing pong with paddles and shit. That's why I said it was like that beer pong shit, because I was just jokingly just putting it off because the fucking president can joke about something so serious that it can destroy someone's life. And that creepy neighbor was, oh, you're like Drax the fucking destroyer. But I didn't go forth and say anything. I just said the guy was up to no good. I didn't mention anybody's names or any kind of location or any effing thing. So I don't know how the fuck they even did that shit to my ass. And back then in 2012, I didn't even have a phone that was turned on at the time until 2014 or 15. That's when I got a phone plan. 2015 is in 2010. 2012, 2 years after that, for buying a mirror for two people. And my story checked out from having uh, gone to a store in 2010. That Moroccan guy in 2010, I was there with them close to the time of July and wanted to get a job doing like the Mediterranean food or whatever the hell. He had like spot on rice that looked different from Mexican rice. And a guy knew Julio and represent this guy. And they don't know if it, at the time I was someplace else. I don't know, 2010 is a long time ago, but I had to go forth and talk it over and over again to therapists and shit because I never once mentioned where I was at. And at the time, I didn't realize they were fucking precautious on how to go forth and say that, oh, this guy's going to be framed for being at a place that I wasn't at. 2010, I was Evan. Evan didn't have a Crown Vic Victoria. So, and the car that they had was a different make and model. It was a Marquise car with the emblem with the M on it. And it had a different built in it. It wasn't damaged. And when he sold it, the other person that was there, my grandma, sold the car to somebody, and he realized that it was a different make and model, and it wasn't damaged. It wasn't a damaged vehicle. So if they took the cars that we once had and did shit with them, that's on them because I had no fucking idea they would do that. And I don't know why I had Vogue Rehab back in 2010 because of the job thing. You had a job listing, you go forth and go to job sites, building birdhouses and shit in 2010. So I have a thing about me being in a different place. I was at the Roanoke exercising and shit, so I have a Roanoke card from 2009. That looked completely different from what I did and whatever the fuck they tried to say. Frame me for fucking shit because they didn't have a way ability of knowing who you really were and go forth and say we're going to place the blame on somebody and he's the guy that put the hit on whoever the fucking I wouldn't even know where the guy would have been at. Man wouldn't have even tell me if somebody was signed. Everybody that gets signed or has something like they did to that guy, he could have signed those people that murdered him, but they just did it because it was fucking I don't know what that noise is. Either somebody's trying to open the door or the roof might collapse or I thought it was like a loud ass fucking sound in the roof and no there's nobody on the roof right now. I said fucking they're drilling holes and shit. I don't know what the fuck they doing this shit in the rain. It's raining in Kansas City. Fucking psychos. I'll keep this shit on because I can be this ain't going good to lead it off because I'm way more inner than fucking say I have COVID. They don't go anywhere, go all sorts of places and shit. Back in 2010 onwards, I wasn't there at a fucking signing or somebody's record deal gone bad off. Two people said, "Look how high is the where to go," and they fucking took off like the way that guy said. They fucking either hopped the car over a fence or hopped the car on him and jumped over a fence or over a cul-de-sac similar to this. But like, the rich the factor is weird. You should fucking bail my ass out because why the fuck did the two people, Rich the Factor and the other Gorilla Joe, sign that Garcia guy then if they're gonna blame the restaurant's grandson over some creepy fucking shit? They're able to fucking do that creepy shit like, oh, this guy was responsible for fucking doing it and they wouldn't know where the fuck that guy would have been. I said he was already signing in Texas when he was singing that shit at a car wash near that restaurant that they destroyed. Why the hell did they blame my ass? And I seen Danielle Garcia with the Estrada near Roland Park, Kansas back in 2010, closer to the time. And she gave me a dirty fucking ass look, but I never say anything bad to her. I just try to explain. And they fucking go forth and I wouldn't know where a guy would have been at. They didn't explain any of that shit, this guy being signed, other than having a music video being filmed near a restaurant in broad daylight. And when they took the video, they edited it in black and white, made it look like they were at night. So if that guy used the cops to do creepy shit to my ass, and 2 years later, they tried to frame me for having the ability to be in a car when I wasn't in the car, and the fingerprints, clothes wouldn't match because I still have the same clothes I had from back then in 2010. I have the same clothes when I had my fingerprint on Twitter via the art. I don't know who the fuck's drilling holes. You know, the fucking house is probably collapsing or something if they hear fucking drilling holes and shit. And it's fucking raining and shit. They probably fucking had the same water damage that we had water damage back in 2010 too. So if President Obama nudes some one of my parents' relatives, say, hey, they're going to throw away all the school records. They're going to say all sorts of creepy shit in a townhouse meeting with someone who gave me a basketball. Like I wouldn't have thrown shit away in a been a in a fucking jiffy like they thought. That's why I didn't like the fucking way they explained this shit that I had got to the 12th grade and they write Little Hong Kong and Kansas and Lawrence or whatever because they wrote President Bush gave me a red-headed letter saying I got to the 12th grade. That's why I got that hat from with the dragon logo. I have a red-headed letter about being in the 12th grade and about having been in that grant writing shit because it was like public school, private, or wherever the fuck it said public, private, or charter or whatever it had three of those things. It was officially from the school district. So I don't know why the hell that one of the people that were coaching the gym class I went to, I wouldn't have thrown a basketball away, and that I didn't know that they just psycho rich people. They misery love company when they fucking are misery on meth like Jod Cod Van Damme. Guy got to travel, but he was all fucking coked up and shit, and was able to do acting and shit. Look at the Green Power Ranger guy. The guy that played the Green Power Ranger guy, he got fucked over like I am. All those Hispanic people get fucked over somehow. The Green Power Ranger guy hung himself, or they aware that they probably. I doubt the big ass guy. He was bulkier than me. He probably wouldn't have been able to hung himself like they said, or they TMZ can show what really does happen. And people were jealous of him because he had all that estate and money and fame and that. And he was the Green Ranger. I met the Green Ranger back in 2018. I met all the Power Rangers, but I never said anything bad about them because it was decent. The sitcom was decent enough to not disrespect it. I played the video games back on somebody that it was like on the Sega Genesis where they had like the putties. You had to fight the putties, and then you had to fight a monster in a warehouse, and it was like 2D, and I had one of them from back then. I used to play it a lot, but I don't now because the TVs are different. Components are not HDMI, and I don't want to have delivered off somewhere and have them take the console and put an HDMI thing not unless you buy one of those that you see on the. I was being framed for creepy shit. Unless they take the Marquis car and said it murdered somebody in 2010 when it wasn't the same make and model. It had a different emblem on it, and then the Ford Taurus murdered. It had a back bumper missing, and then the guy that actually did it had the same Ford Taurus because the bumper had been replaced and it had a marking. And then they go forth and take vehicles that we had and use them for shit. I don't know how else to explain it. Somebody had bumped in the bumper. We had the Ford Taurus back then in 2009, 2004 to 2009, and then the water plates on the back of the floorboards of the Ford Taurus were messed up. The water would seep through, and antifreeze would seep through that shit. That's why we had antifreeze fucking poisoning. Antifreeze is all sweet and shit, so you get that sensation of the sweet smell. And anybody who had an older fucking vehicle knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Because some people fucking croak inside the car because the antifreeze seeps out, and they'll fucking just croak. So I don't know how the fuck if my theory is right about this shit, but I used to cut the grass at the house we sold to somebody that doesn't like us. I think they're drilling holes and shit. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they used to fucking have. I used to lay on the side of the house and I would spread the shit, and it was like a green sap shit all over the blue house. Back when I had to mow the lawn like a crazy guy, I would cut the grass every so often. It'd be hard to fucking cut because of the way it was angled. I stopped doing it after we moved because I don't want to be responsible for that shit, and I know I'm not gonna be outside mowing the lawn if people don't like you. I used to mow the lawn back and forth forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and I could walk forever. But the ability to drive a car is different when you're impaired. You're impaired from fucking being roughed. You're roughed up multiple times. Go to ER for fucking a mental evaluation when they're more mentally unstable themselves. If they're making fun of you, it's like the heavy rain shit where the guy loses his estate and has to downsize. It's like that shit. I can I can sort of see that video game being real for most people nowadays because the COVID and all this other shit makes things worse. Because COVID's weird. If you catch COVID, then they shoot your ass. You fucking have COVID or a staph. I don't know what the fuck it was. I had a staph infection from 2009 and 19 going into 20. So I would go all over the place and didn't. At the apartment, it was weird because you hear people yelling and screaming at random. Northland, that baby Lisa Irwin at Northland was crazy because it wasn't safe. They were fucking on a assortment of drugs and shit. Whoever the fuck took the two cell phones, they had the guy who took the two cell phones. But why did they not take him in? Because they had somebody, that Jersey Tango guy that was like a drifter was there in the Northland. And he would do odd jobs, and he would go in people's houses at random and talk with them or whatever. And they said he went to talk with that Deborah Badley lady and took the baby and took the cell phones because they said the cell phones were taken and all I had was an MP3 player. So they go forth and blame one guy for all sorts of shit. Because they had a white shirt. I have a white shirt that I have still to this day. It doesn't have blood and guts on it. And I had the Ninja Turtles thing. I had that on when I was on the deck. Not on there with the other Rosenboro people that live next to that cul-de-sac in North Brighton or whatever the fuck. It was crazy that they would go forth and let anybody in and drink and smoke. They'd go, hey, I want a cigarette. So let's go to his house and let's snatch a cigarette off him because we're cool with them. They would do that shit for real, like Leave It to Beaver. They would go and leave in people's houses and shit, and they did crazy shit. And then a girl left and drank at a grocery store. I don't know how the fuck they ping her ass if she left her cell phones there at the point in time. Like how the fuck back then they somehow triangle it where you were at, and they show the surveillance of this girl picking up beer and shit. But I was with somebody with my parents in 2011. I was still underage. I was still under 21 or whatever the fuck. You can't drink until you're 21. So in 2011, I was barely even 19 or 20. Man, in 2017, I used to hang around with Skylar Wood. They would live in a cul-de-sac near that where Baby Lisa Irwin was taken. And I stopped talking to him in 2018, or 2000, not 2018, but 2008. In 2009, I had that long sleeve of the old Navy shit. I had in 2009 that Roanoke Community Center had show that badge that I had from working out. You go forth and they take a photo of you. I would look nothing like whatever the fuck walked around and 11 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the morning or wherever the fuck they had training that Google shit off and watching somebody walk around with the kid in their arms without a diaper because they burned their clothes in one of those trash heap things. And I wasn't around anybody. I was either at K Medical Center back then complaining about people trying to like say a bunch of shit back then. Not about that, but just all that other shit. They go forth and say, oh, this guy did this, that, and that, but they don't have proof of it. I had a photo bucket of me being more innocent than what to go off. I had Metcalf South is in between the North Kansas City and the Kansas side, goes in between the School of the Blind and the Highway 9. So if somebody goes off Highway 9 of Kansas side or Best Buy in Overland Park, Kansas, where Oak Park Mall is, they can go forth and go through Northland. When I was at Vivian Oaks for those 2 years, I hear people laughing about saying a bunch of creepy shit that Madonani said originally he kidnapped a kid and put it in Soul Parkway. He said that shit, and he had brown hair. They had somebody who kidnapped a kid had brown hair, blondish brown hair, and my hair's never been dyed. I always cut out the grays and shit. But I don't dye my hair a bunch of different colors. Like every photo you see, it's jet black. So they can't go forth and say, this guy was wearing a white shirt over there, seriously broken into a person's house and kidnapped the kid. But they didn't have a kid in the background. The kid that, but they took, and it would have been spot on from different nationality and shit. They would look funny to have a kid and be in sort of like a Hispanic family taking like a Caucasian kid with blue eyes. It would look weird. Nah, I didn't do anything fucking to anybody. I didn't go to those appointments. You go to those appointments at the time where you had an insurance in 2009 all the way up to 2010 was the cutoff date of being in school and that shit. When you stop going to school, they said, hey, you need insurance. But the insurance I had a catchment area of being 26 years old. My dad's insurance had a United Healthway or whatever the heck, United Healthway or whatever the hell it's called. And they had to go forth and go to those appointments. Or I go to all those appointments, and I didn't even talk about that that weird shit because I didn't even know it wasn't on my radar from going forth and seeing a lady leave cell phones behind, and some other guy took the cell phones and they interrogated him and said the mother had something to do with it or knew more about the baby Lisa Irwin case, and they're just trying to take people's shit because I don't know what the hell to think because I never met. I met Skylar Wood, Katie King, and them. I had them on the Twitter. Didn't have my shirt on because fucking. I don't want to wear a shirt when it's fucking hot and cold at the same time. They're gonna waterboard a person that they already know that the fingerprints don't match when they go forth and fingerprint somebody and say, "Hey, these fingerprints don't match." That scene of the crime, meaning whatever the fuck the statements they made were falsely accusing somebody of something that they didn't do, and go forth and keep hearing the shit over and over and over again with people I don't even know why the fuck they even say that shit to begin with. 2011, I don't know when the kid kidnapped the baby Lisa Irwin. When I watched it on the news, they shown originally the Google Earth of them hitting a gas station where KFC in that holiday video was. And they shown all the footage, and somebody they interviewed at the time was on a motorcycle, and they saw some guy walking with the kid without anything on. And it's crazy. And they crazy shit to people. This is shit in my ass. Literally fucking not kidnapped, but take you without your consent somewhere. That is the most craziest shit. They fucking go, oh, this person was here when that wasn't there. I had a fucking job at a grocery store in 2010. Some people that I didn't know at the time could say that they could vouch for you. They could vouch for you and say, hey, this guy didn't die of COVID, but he was everybody in everywhere on a telephone book, but not near whatever the fuck that was at the time. I wear a white shirt, sure, but I wasn't brown hair, Caucasian looking dude. Like Caucasian looking dude with white, with like, I would say like light complected skin on a video walking at night at random when they looked like they had a kid in their hand, but they said from the video it was too grainy to go back on it. They could zoom in probably and do forensics, or where did the guy with the white shirt go with brown hair besides the person that had a white shirt that was with somebody else at the time with parents and shit. The Tech Nine, he had the Rosenbergs either impersonated or impostered him, or either they really did say the voice. And they plugging shit like that girl, that Randall girl, had a feed of them like going forth and say, "What are you eating for breakfast?" or "What's your nationality of your son?" or "What this and that and the other" on somebody's private feed in a house. So that spooks me the fuck out. They can install shit in the light fixtures without you realizing it. Without shit, I don't know how the fuck they let the cats out back in the day. The cats they had, it would have escaped. They installed something that was under the light fixtures. That spooked me the fuck out because I was there most of the time. How the fuck did they go up in somebody's house without their consent and say, "Hey, we're gonna install some fucking creepy fucking video," say around that shit? I want you to listen to Michael Jackson for 1,000,000 hours while you breakdance in your house. And you hear the same shit from across the road. You hear what you're listening to on a device that has a private list of music now. It's like I would listen to shit at random. And it doesn't mean that Michael Jackson molested kids, but just go forth and listen to his music isn't gonna make anything better or worse. But yeah, that video game developers all make fun of people of nationalities and different genders and shit. Like somebody named Gillespie got shot in Kansas because of the Silent Hill because their name was Gillespie off Silent Hill. Makes it seem like they're the protagonist or antagonist from a dead franchise. And they go forth and say, "Oh, they never solved the murder, but they had video surveillance cameras and Google Fiber and shit installed and surveillance and all sorts of other shit." So it's kind of strange. Like they got the guy who took the cell phones wasn't somebody that was even remotely related to us, and they had the guy walking around prone himself being some kind of drifter in somebody's house, saying they do work in that shit to people's houses, and they fucking let this guy in, and he had the cell phones of the person, but there wasn't multiple people walking around in a cul-de-sac at night, so that's kind of strange. I'm much older now than I was when I was younger. I could see I can walk somewhere, but I'm not gonna walk past the bridge by myself or walk into the Kansas area and do that shit because that'd be preposterous to go forth and say this guy walked a million miles in fucking Kansas and somehow went through the can. Like you go to a mission area where Prairie Village is, you go. I can walk that far. But it's not that bad of a walk if you know where you're going. You can cut through where Roanoke is and go forth and Roland Park and go up. You need to keep walking up until like it takes like 3 hours to drive. It takes 3 hours to walk. So it's about the same. Yeah, baby Lisa Irwin. It's fucking strange how they went in forth and went through a window and then went through and opened the door when it was locked, or possibly some tall ass guy goes through, taller than my ass and more bulkier, didn't look as bulky and old on a grainy film footage without somebody's cell phone. So that's sort of strange. My ass can't go through windows and shit because I'm too fucking tall. I wouldn't have it. Girl wouldn't have answered the door for my ass. So I don't know who the fuck Bradley Lisa, whatever the hell. Bradley Irwin. I ain't know him. I ain't gonna waterboard my ass for an hour. He explained 30 minutes of this shit. I fucking didn't know where somebody was via an app via Facebook back then. Wouldn't give you access to it because you weren't directly, like, there's no way of knowing if Facebook has the ability that you put your phone number on a listing of Facebook that there's like how many profiles you have. They can go forth and type in your phone number and look it up from that way. But I had to delete the number from that shit way back when. But I don't know if it's able or capable of that or whatever the fuck. They can triangle your number and say it wasn't there and I didn't have a phone. It was an MP3 player. A desktop computer doesn't have ability to go and make a phone call. desktop computer or MP3 player back then. They didn't have advanced technology, or I sure as hell didn't have the BlackBerry that Evan had. Evan had a BlackBerry in 2008 when he graduated fucking Shawnee Mission North in 2008. And I had the notion to know that guy had a BlackBerry, but I don't know what the fuck he had on it. So I didn't want he showing off wasn't anything that bad. Other than the years later to be able to say I had an MP3 player and I still had the MP3 player with gay people singing about the buzz and shit on it. So I can't go forth and say I was a serial killer because they had the buzz on there. The buzz didn't have that. Like in Phillips guy didn't have a bunch of a bad bad intentions with the buzz. It was the musical like radio station from 2004 onwards. I looked the same from Game Riot. I won a gaming tournament that was short lived because it was only hold for 1 year, and I randomly went. Their bar that's different now. It's called Chalk Bar. It's not the other bar from back in 2004. A different owner owns it now. I don't know what else to say about the MP3 player. Had music on it from the buzz. I went forth and downloaded everything, but I ended up not deleting anything off there because the MP3 player was old from 2006 or whatever the heck from the time frame of the radio station had music on it. Like gay people ain't going to be able to fucking say, hey, this guy isn't gay, but let's bail his ass out because and they go forth and they gay bash that Phillips guy via the buzz. That guy was an employee for there and used to be employed with the buzz, and they gay bashed his ass. They still fucking talk shit about him to this day. They actually met the guy, but I didn't have any real negative thoughts about any of them. I know that Bradley Norton was or Irwin B. That where the kid would have if they had cell phones, they took cell phones out of the person's house and then went through a window of somebody named Jersey Tango or whatever the heck last name Tango had cell phones, and there was no two people spotted in the woods and shit. They didn't go forth and burn kids' clothes when they didn't have the time at the place and time. I was at KU fucking medical center complaining about other shit. I still complain at the fucking hospitals and go forth and say this, that, and the other, and they always take the other person's side. I go forth and complain about some shit because all the shit on film back then, they go forth and say this guy wasn't a serial killer because he had an MP3 player. They gonna fucking waterboard my ass because of what? What else do they fucking know that they didn't know? Or the fuck footage it had, they shown it on there. It wasn't my ass because there had been blood and guts on whatever the heck. The shirt wouldn't have been that white. It would have been different colors. It would have been stained. Then I'll go forth and say my underpits from this old ass shirt from 2010 doesn't have stains on it, so all the clothes I had didn't have underpit stains, and I always would take showers and shit. But COVID made things different. COVID made people sicker than a fucking dog. I don't know what COVID is. That's the Michael Jackson had a SARS mask. Michael Jackson had a SARS mask, and it brought that virus on by music people that travel. We've seen that Madonna had what I had an enterobifaction in the bloodstream, and she must have not took a shower for traveling all over the place. She might not took a shower or something and got sicker than a dog. At the apartment, I wouldn't take showers because the guy would yell and scream and shit. Wouldn't take showers and shit. I would just wouldn't take a shower at the other place for those 2 years because of the shit that you would hear. You don't all take a shower in a place by yourself. The people are already saying all sorts of crazy shit at random. We should have never moved to the Northland if they're most irate group of people that I've ever met. That's crazy. They ain't fucking this. Anything. Be asleep. We be in a dead asleep. Be 4 o'clock in the morning. Hear some guy get home from Union Station and didn't have a crummy ass life, drinking and smoking, yelling hysterically. I mean, he would do that shit intentionally because he was mad because he had to go from 9 to 5 and go forth and hear somebody yell and scream like a crazy man. I know that Leroy knew that fucking crazy guy because they mentioned they were mad at whatever the fuck, but they can't go forth and do anything to sue him. So I still have it on video. There's employees there saying they would sue him or throw him in jail because I made two police reports. They took out one of those light pole things that go through our cul-de-sac or whatever the fuck. There was light fixtures that this guy at random and somebody there at the hospital worked there, lived there above us, and was outside when this guy was irate with his friends and shit. And the fucking guy at Union Station probably kidnapped that fucking kid because that guy was fucking irate. That fucking Hannah Kraft. Somebody named Hannah. It was somebody named last name Kraft. It was Hannah. Like she like arson crafts and shit. Sits there and fucking just talks a bunch of creepy fucking shit. I don't know why the hell they had them people come at 4 in the morning and say a whole bunch of crazy shit and they would leave. They would come back and leave. They would come back and leave. It was weird. They didn't harm my ass back then because I had all sort. I had all sorts of shit on me. Like it didn't have like I had the pair of claws like those Vega claws. And they pulled those claws out. They run the other fucking way. I still have those claws. I don't want to fucking use them against anybody because I'm not fucking violent. I don't know why the hell they'd be able to fucking say you had a white shirt on. Sure, back then you had a white shirt on, being an article written about you, but the height was about the same, but the hair and the nationality were different. I can go forth and show different things that I don't know if it already demonstrated this. But that's that's what I looked like back in 2000. That's what I looked like back in 2009. So I can't go forth and say it was in some kind of vehicle with somebody when the clothes I had on at the time wouldn't match whatever the fuck. But I still have the same clothes from whatever the fuck about when the time I had a video back on my Facebook channel, on my Facebook channel. They made fun of it because this guy had all sorts of different colored outfits, red, blue, and that shit. It was all fucking perfectly up in that shit with colored, uh, well organized person up in the Crown Vic Victoria with the blood and guts, or wherever the fuck they had that guy in a wheelbarrow from the footage. It's different from what I look like. They would have four skinny people with a bunch of tattoos. They try to say it was a big ass guy. Big ass guy with me. Big ass guy didn't murder anybody. They were fucking trying to jack his ass up too. That fucking guy would probably butt fuck uh, the Ocean twins and the fucking Garcia guy. If he had made it big, he probably would butt fuck all those celebrities and shit. They're able to fucking say he was the most perfect guy. I don't know what the fuck. Thank God I have the Parks and Rec better bail my ass out because there was some other bulky ass guy. The hair didn't match. The bulkiness doesn't match whatever the fuck. I was a dead ass guy in 2009. No, big ass bulky guy, bigger arms. The KFC and then the Northland closed, and people that I would go and buy food from them and go forth and go to a family's house back then. Knew that I didn't probably murder or whatever the fuck, but I was a rape because they kept saying, "Oh, this guy was here at the time and place, but his fingerprints don't match." Fingerprints didn't match any of that shit. I was watch those British people because they fucking have a better like surveillance technology and better techniques than the American people. Fucking Queen of England must be able to find whoever the fuck does that shit because they have better ways. But if they had better surveillance, and how come the car didn't maneuver a different oddly? And that Diana, the Princess of Wales, could go a different route if they had better surveillance technology and better stuff. I don't know why the fuck. I don't have brown hair, so it's a fuck. I go forth and say he was in a cul-de-sac at 4 in the morning. From that to not being awake and being a bum, I can't go forth and say that shit. That was the most creepy shit. Not fucking new business. Fucking goddamn PlayStation shit. People make different fucking profiles and said, I just want to just casually go through whatever the fuck, man. You play a fighting game and get all the fighting game characters. You get all the fighting game characters on the ship, but then turn around and having a paywall in between the characters that you unlocked originally and the ones they put on the market from having to pay out front. You go forth and unlock all the characters from grinding, but then they took all the characters away, and I got mad and never played it again after that. And I played it back maybe a couple times over again. Years later, I have the notion to know that I didn't have anything bad on it. Like go forth and say that go to the fuck that they came forward and put anything creepy on your device other than what you post. So they can't go forth and be belligerent. Those big fat guys discussing getting interviewed via disgusting people that live more fucking creepier lives than I ever will. I don't know, Daisy Fuentes was scared of my ass and go forth and say, this person knows the Fuentes, the Fuentes family, the Daisy Fuentes. I never beat off the Daisy Fuentes lady. I stopped watching the Mexican channel after they said a bunch of preposterous fucking shit too. I never beat off the Daisy Fuentes. I might now. I'm fucking tempted, but I'm gonna show it to her. No, Daisy Fuentes will fucking show up and interview my ass in a more professional fucking manner. Then maybe. I didn't kidnap no fucking Irwin kid, and I knew it was in the round. I thought I was at a hospital at the fucking time. Closer to here than I was in And Northland is crazy for them to even think that shit when their phones got taken by somebody that was named Tango or whatever the hell. It was a drifter. Tango took cell phones and whoever the fuck else. They had a person that pinged the phones to whoever the fuck wanted a kid, and they fucking changed the identity with nobody other than their own personal fucking funds from their own thing. That's sad. Hey, they probably do that shit to my ass. They fucking take your shit and they fucking put Sunshine Brew on it because they're fucking weird and retarded and shit. They act stupid and irrational. For people that actually have a life compared to somebody who just sits there and mocks you. I fucking have to unlog from everything. Like this, you just delete the browser history, even though there's nothing bad. I mean, you fucking had a staph infection 2019. I still have that. Like, might look at personal ads are weird because it's like that blurred line shit where you go forth and look at a personal. You sure you want to hook up with some girl with the ass crack hanging out, and then go forth and say it's harassment when they have photographs of their fucking ass hanging out. They ain't gonna kill my ass. I ain't dead. I ain't gonna get jailed up neither because they could say it's a personal fucking grievance off them telling me a bunch of creepy shit. Not a noob if this fucking goddamn PlayStation made this like PlayStation Stars thing where you can get points and you can redeem the points like Nintendo account where you get golden coins and silver coins, but they just have golden coins. When I bought that racing game off 2,000 points, you can get $5 gift card certificates for having 2,000 points. You get $5 and have a $10 gift card. We wouldn't have Time Warner Cable. Originally had Time Warner Cable at the house we sold. We wouldn't have that if I kidnapped a kid and had the UK listing of a website saying they want to change a kid's name and somehow take him to another country. Whoever the fuck took a kid to a different country in the UK or whatever because it was brought to their attention. They should have followed that lead. They're going to whoever the hell the website and have them whoever the fuck registered a kid they kidnapped out of a window back in 2011 or 12. They should have went back on that website and then triangle it or something. I warmed up scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs and that, and I go forth and say I'm not a violent guy if I passed one of those not drug tests, but if you go forth and be evaluated for whatever reason, them trying to say you're mentally unstable, they can't go forth and say you're mental. If you stay at a hospital for 9 hours, glass is burnt. I don't want to take my shit because I pulled my shit down over the door. Shit down over the door. I'm gonna take my shit because they fucking the handle turned different colors and they don't complain. All the shit I ate. Eventually, something. Not. I mean, the fast food restaurant didn't taste like anything other than what it says it is. Like, you go forth and taste a hamburger. Does this cheese taste funny? Did they lace it with meth? I was saying because I ate something that was really warm and warmed it up too long. Warmed it up for like 4 minutes. All it was scrambled eggs. I don't know. They can't go forth. Say it. I didn't go anywhere other than with relatives. I didn't go out to. I went to Ward Parkway, sure, but I didn't go near the trolley train trailer in Ward Parkway in between all those parks and shit by myself. I walked past some of that shit with Evan and Andrew. Ain't gonna take my shit because I'll get a fucking green hand.
Side Scroll is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com with me, Stuttering Craig. I like movies that have sand. Wow. Yeah. And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
I extra remember.
What? And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com, especially Rumble.com and Twitch.tv.
Oh, about collabing with people. They don't write underneath your. I already explained this like a 3-hour video. They don't write underneath your saying they're going to collab with you underneath the video. Then why should I let look why they? I know I showed off a portion of whatever, but I'm not going to like go forth and show all the rooms and this is how this looks and this is where this and that because back when I had the original page from 2015, I would only show the room that I was in at the time, and I thought that was the only appropriate way to go forth about that. And I didn't have a big ass YouTube channel like people think, like 100,000 views isn't that much and that many views nowadays. It only got me them telling me a bunch of crazy shit at random. I know people that do this YouTube stuff for like more than this a hobby, go forth and make like 2,000.
What is your favorite sandwich?
Hey, wow, my favorite sandwich.
I don't have anything bad to say other than that. I thought that Southern Craig guy did inappropriate shit with that Wario guy.
I don't get bread anymore, but like
the girl says she's a vegetarian, but she eats like sushi, fish products, egg rice. So just didn't. They probably didn't have enough energy. You have to eat stuff to get energy. You have to eat a portion of something. Like you go eat a sandwich. The bread is more than calories than the actual thingamabob.
Oh, turkey bacon ranch. Ooh, it's nice turkey bacon. My number one.
I have nothing bad to say about anybody other than they just go forth and think positive because can't go for everybody. Can't be against you.
The trash.
And I don't know how.
Clean my garage. Yes.
Actually, I literally did take up the trash.
I don't know how those YouTubers get away with doxing people's houses and doing a bunch of crazy shit.
And so obviously we want to make sure everybody goes and follows Melanie over on her channels. Melanie Mac Boom. Her new Jesus loving Melanie Mac reads the Bible. How is that going, by the way?
It's going great. I'm approaching 10,000 subs on there already. So
I thought they got
I'm
blocked from.
excited about
Maybe
it.
get blocked
Like,
from
it's
something.
Melanie Mac.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean,
He was a GameStop
it's so fun to
employee
see
from the videos. Used to go into GameStop and watch George Lucas
I
from
didn't expect that. I just
Electronic
thought,
Playground
yeah,
and Tommy Tirico on there at the Plaza back in
it's been
2004
going
to 2019 or
well, if you
2009 or
loves
whatever.
the Bible, or just wants to listen to the Bible.
2009 it was.
Give me the TLDR of Exodus 26 through 30.
Exodus 26 through
Now I
30
get jailed
goes
up.
over,
I got my nose is all running because I got an infection. I'm not going anywhere if I got an infection. And it fucking probably COVID. My nose is all running. Shit, it fucking got COVID. And I go forth to the hospital and you catch COVID when you have other people roaming around. Inside at the hospital, they said they had COVID. There was multiple people there. Had to wait 9 hours. So they'd be seen for only for a couple hours. If I catch COVID, my nose is fucking running. My nose never runs like that.
Some other, someone's like, this is working really well. Let's go to spit it off.
I ain't gonna show the injuries and anything because it wasn't ready. It's not life threatening to be still alive in this
I
world.
don't know if I can compete with that. Dude, that'd be hysterical.
That'd be awesome, yeah. And obviously,
Now, YouTubers have more power than people 9 to 5. They just sit down and talk about stuff that becomes irrelevant after a couple of years. Like Wario talked about the Vita, and they already have a PS5 down there. He didn't get deleted off. It's sad that the guy is doing creepy shit to people and around them about like the underage people. He was fucking like raping underage people, and I never done anything inappropriate with an underage person. Like I never touched anybody. I wasn't around anybody. I was in a different place.
I just hit
For like 3
500
years,
subs
so.
on YouTube, and for that just being
Never around
live
anybody's
streams,
kids.
I'm actually very
When I was around people's kids, I wouldn't do anything fucking weird.
Congratulations.
And I can fucking tell you a bunch of
And
creepy
if
shit
you
with
want
the
to
kids
follow us more, you
themselves.
can head over to rumble.com.
If I'm going to the buffet back then in 2017, there was a group of people wishing us Thanksgiving, and I kind of like they were friendly. I mean, I don't say anything bad about it, but you go forth and I got a runny nose. They're gonna go forth and say I'm a serial killer that was walking around in the hood.
I still don't know. It's like, do I have some woman privilege going on right now? Because I know some of the things I say. I feel like if some of my friends said those same things that my guy friends that put channels, they would be gone.
Listen, there will be a day where we're all just slowly destroyed. Absolutely.
Sooner rather than later if we keep talking about the Russell Brand.
Oh yeah.
There's various people like
pretty quiet for the last.
What's that? Amy Winehouse. She was over there saying about the rehab song, and then she ended up heroin overdosing or overdosing. Her body was too thin to handle whatever the fuck dose that she overdosed on.
Of course, if you are watching,
It's sad that they fucking bash those British people have bad teeth. Like I do have bad teeth, like bad hygiene. Those people in the UK probably eat worse than us. They probably eat clam chowder. And a clam chowder, they probably do shit to the clam chowder in the UK. UK clam chowder, they probably do some creepy shit to the UK clam chowder. No, fucking creepy shit in those films, and now the actors throw up in front of everybody. They go, I'm vomiting because it's yummy. Justin Bieber was in an audience vomiting over and over again. Justin Bieber vomited whatever it ate out in the crowd. Should have vomited on everybody. I'm surprised they don't puke and shit and fucking throw feces and shit at them. It's shit in a creepy fucking world we live in. Justin Bieber made a song called Yummy because he fucking vomited on a group of people. It was a yummy back when he was eating that shit. I ate some shit too. I regret eating because it fucking tasted funny.
I was, and then my dog got up.
I got COVID, bitches. I got a fucking goddamn infection. I got COVID. Now he's gonna take my shit, wipe my ass and everything, put my fucking basketball in my ass if I real loud. That's the wind hit it. Been on here for an hour.
Next Thursday, as we begin our
if I was fucking batshit crazy, they'd fucking hear me fucking fart every fucking 5 minutes. Going, Bert, oh my god, he just made a noise, but it wasn't his mouth that was making the noise.
And the following
he just farted all over the lot.
doing an Ahsoka panel.
I literally fucking pay back whatever the fuck they go for their attorney and telling you a bunch of creepy shit I want to say, and they should get fucking prosecuted too for saying that shit because they're not able to fucking do that shit to somebody who has to go to the hospital for fucking medication. Isn't because they're batshit crazy, it's because they fucking prescribe you that fucking shit for if you didn't want to take that shit now because they're fucking telling you a bunch of creepy fucking shit. And when they're saying eat shit and fucking the shit looks better than the shit they can make. It's the scrambled eggs.
If you are into it,
They're like pieces of scrambled eggs mixed with chorizo.
If you're into it, we want to make sure you have a good mic, good camera, you can articulate thoughts really well, instead of just like, it's the best. You're not
I would collab with them, but they said under the box, they said, you want to collab? And I would say yes or no, and I wouldn't have been evil.
Right.
Not using
Yeah.
this recipe.
Yeah.
I go orphan.
As Devin points out, that we had over 370 thumbs up yesterday on YouTube. That's great, Devin. Let's see if we can top that today. Every day, that should be the goal. Every single day. Awesome. And Dude came in with the $5 Rumble Rant. Says, I'm doing errands right now, so I'll have to watch the VOD. But let Blabs know I'm taking these kids' bloods off during the Blabs Versus series. She called me an alter count yesterday.
I said it was Travis's alt account.
What did he say that you thought it was my alt account?
I can't remember. It was yesterday. I was like, it's Travis's alt.
Well, unless I said you were gonna die or.
I'm about 50 years, guys, and I'm dying according to Travis.
That's right. This is all true. Hey, great
How old
news.
are you? That means you'll be pretty old.
27 plus 50.
That's over average. Like,
Hey, great news as Clemson came in with 10 gifted
I don't know
memberships
if
to
it's
the
fucking
channel.
Craig Moose
That
for the
is
fuck on him, but
spectacular.
they made that Vega guy.
Look at it right there.
I put Vega's gonna come rape my ass. Not Vega calls.
So thank you so much, Clemson. Appreciate that. I want to see some look edits in the chat. That's awesome. And Fresh Pony came in and gifted a membership. Let's go. We're 9 away from our goal today.
That's me or something about that neon green. I just love neon.
Nice. I like it.
It's a good color.
It's like it wakes you up.
Pleasant.
Cremato came in and said, shout out to Jesus and Butter.
Love it. Yeah.
That's such an odd statement.
Yeah, that's adorable.
I have no butt.
Is it Camille?
Oh,
no,
Julian.
I put the
That
caps
is
on
so
for
cute.
farting.
My sister got it for me.
Oh.
So soft.
I want a chameleon. But
Did you guys have any like little plushes or anything as a kid that you guys held on to when you were like itty bitty? I think everybody has that.
I have one
That
right
was
here.
grease from the meal I
Oh,
had.
you know what? I'll get mine. Hold on. I'll show you mine. Hold on.
This was
Oh, that's a
my,
DYG baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that Bruno? Is that
I
Bruno?
know. Look at that. We all know Bruno.
Yeah.
it was my
I didn't keep up with Screw Attack as much after
My
2017
great
when they closed out
aunt's-
game trailers.
dad's
Maybe
side.
I
When she
can.
died, they said, you pick something out of her house you want. This was sitting there. It was hers. I picked.
What is
And
it?
now
Do
my
you know
now my
Bruno?
dog wants to eat it again.
Yeah. Do you know Bruno?
We all know Bruno. Do you? You
What?
can't sit. Greg, if you don't know Bruno, you can't sit with us.
You don't know Bruno? Hey,
We all know Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
there you go, Karen. You get it. Love that. No, I don't know who's Bruno.
The TYG baby.
It's like wearing the shit because it was like pajama pants and pajama slacks.
Yeah,
Slacks. They had
I
this
was
shit
gonna say tie. I
2010.
always said
Stop wearing it.
but
I
I
was
was
why.
Back in 2018, I couldn't fit into it because I was more bulkier.
See my comfort thing is
My gallbladder surgery back in 2018 and lost a bunch of weight because I paced back and forth in an apartment listening to fucking hardcore metal music.
Is she saying you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth?
Lauren Babbitt, I gotta thank for fucking being my
That's not
fucking
what she said, but she's out of here. Get out of here.
wingman because it fucking got me through some fucking shit.
No. So
Lauren
my mom
Babbitt.
gave me this last year, and I don't remember this as this being my comfort thing as a kid, but apparently this was my comfort thing.
I got
It was a,
from watching it from
thing.
a bunch of times and didn't have M pit stains.
That is so cute.
Nah, E.T.'s scary, man. No. Yeah.
Weird glass.
Yes, ET doll.
E.T.'s freaky. He's like, no. Why would you want to cuddle that?
Because I was like 5. That's why. Glass.
You want someone alien.
Well, and when you were a kid and you watched ET, you had different emotions than you did when you were an adult and you watched
I'm not the try train, fucking killer. I look more thinner than that fucking he has to go to exercise and shit for shits and giggles. I'd go walk back when it was safe back then. I don't know where the fuck I was back then. Everybody, telephone book knows the fuck I am. Can't even go anywhere. Go to the fucking goddamn arcade over there in North End and like babbling on about shit and fucking dirt and you fucking playing Gran Turismo on a fucking Vita. That's crazy. I got fucking staph. It's not like COVID, but it's an infection.
Yeah.
I was at the fucking hospital for fucking 9 hours, and they said they would help me sue. One of them didn't want to work there in the hospital because it's a bad part of the neighborhood. It's like Charlotte off Holmes. It's not really that bad. I walked there alone one time by myself. Nobody fucking. I didn't have a phone on my ass and anything. I walked there and I walked back, so I know it's not that bad.
Kinda. Right, kinda. I mean, people kind of took it and they ran with it, whatever. It didn't really have like an official term. This is just kind of like the next generation of our community because it's a spiritual successor to what we were doing before. So G2, we just figured out.
They ain't gonna play this shit back into the fingerprints don't match serial killer. Not serial killer.
Nobody cares, man. Hopefully
They're trying to kill my ass.
Blake says Melanie's BLT is a butter lettuce tomato, right?
There we go.
You know how I cook my bacon? Also, if you make grilled cheese, just eat. Well, what you really should do is you should buy the liquid butter that they put for popcorn machine. But if you can't do that, you just take butter, put it in there, melt it down, and then spread right on top of it. So butter. Much better.
Did you know today that when everybody was tuning into the show that you get
That was via that I had 2012 and 2013.
The girls got mansplained on how to make a sandwich.
I bought another one. I wipe the crotch wipe, and the fucking functionality of the touchscreen doesn't work, and shit got into the motherboard of it, so you fucking have to be careful with those handhelds. I left the fucking Abby. Fucking Abby Eaton was a gangster from the fucking Fox 4, the Abby Eaton. I don't even beat off to any of it. I don't beat off to Abby Eaton. I stopped watching the news after a time frame. You don't want to watch people get murdered on that shit. I know a lot of people probably beat off to Abby Eaton.
Xander came in and says, Kara is the best.
I don't want to see Abby Eaton fart and run the other way and bitch is serial fuck killer. Cool. Or like whatever the fuck noise they make when they fart. Abby Eaton and Phil Witter fucking serial fucking killers, Annie Yates.
Jeff came and says
they should jail up fucking Phil Witt and Abby Eaton, all those newscasters. They just laugh hysterically about people getting murked.
Long time ago for the Big Dick's Wild Ass Circus.
Big Dick's Wild Ass.
He got away with different stuff back then.
He had.
Craig's here for the big dicks.
Oh, why the fuck they
was on Big Dick show. Yes, absolutely.
Richard.
I was right about that DOS play. I don't know if the guy fucking. I know that Drew Wario fucking was fucking people in the fucking ass and hide behind the door and commit suicide because he fucking thought he was gonna get. I'm not gonna commit suicide, so they ain't gonna force me. I already fucking took pills before all those people tell me a bunch of creepy shit. I can say all the shit they told me and try to demonstrate it. I drank antifreeze pint 2012 and 13 and took a big ass shit in my pants and woke up in a psych ward. All those people got probably infected from antifreeze fucking poisoning, just sweet taste. That was a long ass time ago. I was in a limousine back when that fucking shit.
Thank you, Adam, for that. Wonderful.
I was fucking paper fucking thin like I was now, but paper thin back then I was actually paper fucking thin. I didn't have jelly rolls and shit.
On the show, Jason Mewes from.
He is really cool. I've met him too.
Yeah, but that was all running, you know, fucking use toilet paper and all that toilet paper was fucking thin.
What did you drink with him?
It was for my last job when we did Jay and Silent Bob mob roll. And then I recently saw him at Dallas Fan Expo.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll leave this shit on, you know, fucking goddamn all fucking day of a fucking stream the whole fucking day. Kimmy fart roll or all sorts of shit.
The biggest story in the video game world, possibly in the last 10 years,
shook it up.
is happening. It's unfolding right under our noses.
Put your hands in the air, don't move.
Microsoft's
You son of a bitch. And they fucking kill my ass. They fucking can't call me crazy because I live For 9 hours in the hospital.
$69
9 hours in the
billion
hospital, just fine ass nurses were to take care of my ass. If I fall into fucking coma, if I ever overdose one
by
more
the
time,
United Kingdom.
if I fall into the
Insane
coma,
United Kingdom that wants
they'll
to
wipe
shut
my
down
ass.
Russell Brand on Rumble. But
How much did you say it was? 69 billion?
$69 billion.
You think that they were going to
I don't
sell
know what the hell they were
68
doing and
billion
shit.
to some guy in
They were
there?
drilling holes.
Let's make it 6.
It was raining. I had fucking like rain down there here.
That's some sort of Travis. Is that some sort of sexual thing? Like,
I'm just wondering why that.
It's the gamer thing to do.
Maybe
And
when
my
the
friend had a
they
sister
become
that lived at this house with me back in the 90s. It wasn't.
the only thing that would make it even better if they put a couple X's before and after.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe a throw
XX.
420 in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
They know
69 billion,
people
420 million.
that go fucking watch this shit.
That'd be awesome.
Ultimate gamer move.
Totally. I mean, what a great night. I didn't even pick up on that until Travis was throwing down his sex stuff here, and here we are getting. But it makes all the right sense. I love that.
It's always up there in my frontal lobe. So.
Yes.
It's from watching all the porn movies. It's okay.
Yes.
You understand.
Do y'all have any?
Years to get it out of your system.
Yes, it's just a slow filtration. As far as the Microsoft picking up and buying and it
Stop
becoming one
watching
with
porn.
Activision
No, it's
Blizzard,
an apartment.
does that scare y'all at all? Does this make too big of a monopoly when you have one major corporation?
I don't watch
swoop
porn
in and
anymore.
buy
I can't
like
go forth and say you're a
Activision,
creepy guy. I don't watch
Blizzard?
porn.
I
Does that
think
scare you guys at all?
I think Microsoft's been killing everything they've been touching when it comes to acquiring other studios. So, but Blizzard's already not been that perfect anyway lately. So
Not an
let
indie
the
fucking
games begin.
method.
We'll see what happens.
That's interesting. The idea of every game studio that Microsoft is on. Carrie, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm not on meth.
I don't know. I haven't looked too much into Activision, like the.
They make Spyro the
acquiring
Dragon
of it,
and Blizzard fucking
but
games. That's the fucking.
I don't
Wow,
think it's a
World of Warcraft
company that
shit.
really needs to be bought. I think it's good to have these separate companies, and we don't need them all under one big publisher. I mean, look at freaking Embracer and what they're doing. We don't want another Embracer.
To ask you guys a question on what you both said, if Activision hadn't been fucking up recently and all their shit, do you think they'd have sold? Because I don't think they would.
Oh, that's a good
Not that
question.
more.
Maybe
I mean-
not. Maybe
Well,
not.
this has been in the works for a while.
I should rearrange my room around just for shits and
$69
giggles.
deal doesn't just happen overnight.
Wow,
Right,
put
but
some of the
Activision's-
entertainment
they-
center back
They've
where it originally was
improved,
on
but they
7
have.
years.
the corner
Yeah.
of the wall and then moved the bed back.
Melanie, you said something to the effect of you mentioned the idea of all the companies that
You
they
can hear shit
acquired.
from
And I
down
have
below.
this list here of.
I just did that shit because it
including
has the air
ZeniMax,
conditioning
Yeah.
things
that they
in
bought for,
between the
$8 billion.
the bed where it hits the
Activision Blizzard
floor to
here.
the
Rare
vent, so
is the
I can
one
feel
that's
the vent.
intriguing.
That's
When
the
you
only
look at the
reason why I did
purchase
that.
price
Mhm.
compared to like Activision
I can't do
and
anything funny
ZeniMax.
because of the fucking
Oh, yeah,
Rare
power
was
couple
cheap.
flying the other way.
Right.
And they put a water
And
bottle
the
in.
crazy thing is they
blow
could
up
make
outside
that
of
much
shit,
money releasing
blow in
a
the
couple
face.
Banjo
Fucking-
games.
Yeah.
Shit'll blow
I
up.
mean, the last
Yeah.
Battletoads game was
White
just an
fucking
absolute
goddamn,
nightmare, pure trash, a
Fan, that
disrespect
fan,
to
if
the
they go fork and
franchise.
try to
Really?
go fork and through
Yes,
whatever
I
window, they'll go
hated
fucking
it.
fly the other way
Yeah,
because of the
with
fucking
Goldeneye,
fan.
something
It's like
like that. I don't
arm
know if they
thermos
could buy
fan.
that because of the
thermos
rights issue,
fan.
but like
It's a white
Perfect Dark,
thermos fan.
they could make
It
money
blows
off
out
of that
warm air.
too if they did
Yeah,
a good.
they could, and they're working on something, and they had, or they have even Crystal Dynamics helping with that, which I think is a giant
I got COVID,
nightmare,
bitches.
Considering what Crystal Dynamics have
I got
already
COVID,
done with
bitches.
Lara
I can't
Croft,
go forth and
completely
I can't
changed the
do
identity
anything.
of the
I got
character,
COVID.
her appearance, all that.
I
I
say
feel
I got
like
COVID and I appear
Joanna
anywhere.
Dark is going to get a similar treatment.
I sure I had an
It's
infection. They
gonna
got an
get that
infection. What more
make
they want
under
me to
that,
fucking have? A fucking
okay,
bloody
here's
anus?
just that regular girl appearance instead of just that bombshell redhead
Yeah.
we had before. So, yeah, I'm
She
not.
was very attractive.
Was stunning.
Joanna.
Both in the original Perfect Dark and even in Perfect Dark Zero, I loved her look there too. So, yeah, and then just change and what we've already seen with some of the concepts as well. She just jeans and a leather
I put all my
jacket is
shit
what
at,
she's
like,
wearing
heavy-
now, which is
heavy
just
video
a
game-
shame because
game
for that bodysuit
cart,
was
a cart full
amazing.
of
That
games on top of something.
futuristic.
A mirror that's cracked, so if you go
I
forth
loved that, and so
and tip it over like the shit'll fall
it's just
on
they're
them
going
and
for
tip
more
over all that
grounded
shit'll
look
fucking
by the
fall on
look
them.
of it, and I get so sick of these grounded makeovers, or I
That
call
ceiling
makeovers, that
fan, the
they're
thermal
giving to a
fucking
lot of
fan will fucking
female
blow them the other way. They
characters,
do creepy shit. They can't
with
go fucking do
existing,
that because they'll fucking
you know,
blow
previous
themselves up
games
with
that
everything.
otherwise we're just a bit
The
more
fan's plugged in the wall. I
flashy, a
can't
bit
even
more
reach into it
cool.
because the fucking dresser is in
Right.
the way of the plug.
You know, that's obviously
I didn't unplug it.
you're a big proponent of
I need it plugged
obviously
in.
keeping women feminine.
Yeah.
And I think that is something
This
that you
fan thing
see
doesn't.
when you see
makes
any
noise.
sort of woman with in
Other
video
fan
games
I
that
have because of the air
curves or a
conditioning. You had to
bodysuit.
buy another air
It's
conditioning
almost-
unit.
It's like shocking
Yeah, I
today.
spent
It's
like
It
almost
is.
$40,000 and had a loan for
Yeah.
care.
You
Now
can
they
be
have to go fucking
strong
mortgage
and
with it.
feminine. Look at Black Widow. She wore
Right.
that skin tight bodysuit that she couldn't even wear
I never
underwear.
showed the
in,
basement
for
off.
God's sake.
Yeah.
And she was one of the best fighters physically on of the Avengers, in my opinion.
And that's
I mean-
and that's the thing, is they act like, oh, doing this changes, or they're doing it because, you know, it's more respectful to women and stuff. It's like, dude, the thing about video game characters is it's a fun escape, and women like to play as these beautiful female characters that are larger than life, that aren't just grounded in someone you would see when you go to Walmart or something. If men can have characters that are really buff and really cool looking and you know, not your normal when you go out on the street, then why can't women have characters like that too? And yeah.
Right. It's one of those things where, okay, you look at characters that we had growing up in the 90s that were, you know, peak masculinity, right?
Mhm.
90s and early 2000s, you got, you know, muscles and these action heroes and stuff. They put an emphasis on the male figure, right? There's
Right.
always six packs and biceps and chest and bra, right? And I feel like over time, it's going to sound really shitty, but and this goes back to something you hear all the time. It's like just this pussification of what a male should be, right? And
Right, there has been.
right.
And that's you're starting to see a little more of that as well. You're starting to see some changes, because I mean, we saw it initially with these female characters getting that grounded treatment, and it's starting to happen with some male characters too now. So it's just making its way to the industry in general.
Now I'm wondering, when is Mario going to have a pot belly and his pants sagging and his ass
But
cracked?
he kind of has a
He
little bit.
kind of has the
You already
pot
have
belly already, but yeah.
He's
Well,
short. He's short and stocky, but he doesn't have a pot belly.
The thing
Got
about
a little tum tum.
the thing about Mario and my take on that is that the art style, it's they're still not doing the grounded thing, right? It's still a cute art style. It's aesthetically nice to look at Mario.
Mhm.
You know, he's
It hasn't
not-
changed.
and so he's still recognizable. He still stands out over something in the real world. And so I think a lot of us who kind of really campaign for these next level characters and these really cool looking characters, we always get the pushback of like, oh, you don't have to want to bang every character. Like, we're just saying every character should look like they came out of a porn. That is not what we're even saying. We want the character to stand out and to be extraordinary, not just basic, you know. And even when you look at classic Joanna Dark or even classic Lara Croft, they did not look pornographic. It's like, it's just a stretch, and it's a way to gaslight us whenever we say, hey, we want characters to look cool.
That's why he chose Mario. Because Mario is literally a plumber, but he
Yeah.
always looks cute and he's
Yeah.
cool looking, you know.
Yeah.
And if they made him realistic, he'd be some short fat guy with his ass cracked hanging out.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
Plumber's butt.
That's awesome. And kind of to put this a little bit further, here's Joanna Dark right here. This is just a quick Google of Joanna
Yeah.
Dark. You'll find her, and
She looked
Beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah.
cool looking
Yeah.
character. By the way, like there's this trend with I guess the trend with girls and women today is like long hair. I can't wait for the short hair to come back.
I think it's actually starting to. That was so cool, like in the 90s, early 2000s, the bob haircuts, or like the Perfect Dark Zero Joannas with where it would like kind of flare out. That was super cool.
Yes.
I chopped my hair off when I was like 22. I just looked like a really curly thing.
It's tough with textured
My
hair.
hair used to be up to here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like, I
the
could
guy
spike
from
it in the
Street
back
Fighter
if
on
I
that
wanted
shit he
to.
was on
It
a
was
Dale
so
video
short.
game
I
video. The
used to
Phantom
have
Pain, the guy
short
that
hair
played.
like in the 90s.
the Vega character
Or-
played the
or
old
early
character in Phantom
2000s.
Pain.
I had short hair.
Look at
I
what-
ain't
you
watching the
guys
shit.
are
I
good.
catch some of the
Just-
shit that everybody
just to
say
get
because
short
you go
hair, like
fucking
on
play some of this
Roseanne,
stuff on
the writers and
on,
producers
on
told,
random, and then go
not
find all those
Becky,
people somehow
Becky, that the
interview
actress
each other
could not have a haircut. And
somehow on
Roseanne
Skype or
literally
whatever
went
the
up
fuck
to her
they're
with
on.
scissors,
and they
chopped a
Zoom
big
call
block
or
of her
whatever the
hair
fuck.
off, and said now she has to get her hair cut.
There
Well,
you
the fucking Vega
go.
guy
But
said about the
it's
God
because they
Van,
said it
God
was
Van,
not
God
a
Van,
woman
God
would
Van,
have a
whatever the
haircut.
fuck Van Dam
They
guy.
said.
Say that 50
Wow.
fucking times. God Van,
That's
God,
amazing because now
goddamn
that'd be
Van
seen as
Clad
like
Van
ridiculous.
Dam.
Like the
You're
fact that she
fucking
went
on
there with
meth.
scissors, that'd be assault.
Got to travel.
Well, no.
Well, I'm
she
high on
was
a pipe. I
right
get the
on it,
fucking
yeah.
flame,
Yeah.
fucking
The
goddamn
said,
guile.
"Oh, no, you can't get your
Doing
hair
those
cut."
fucking
She
psycho
wanted
boom,
it,
whatever the
and
fuck type
Roseanne
of shit.
said,
They
"Why
go
can't you get
psycho
her
power,
haircut?"
whatever the fuck
Right.
type of shit.
Women
Not
don't look
and
like
Bison,
that.
but the
And
other
she
guy
said,
was
"Oh
on
yeah,"
meth.
and went up to her with scissors and cut her hair off. Said, "Now she has to get a haircut, or you can leave her on there."
Yeah,
with
do an
half her hair."
uppercut. I got Vega claws
I
too, you
love
fucking weirdo.
Yeah,
And with that,
I have
It-
one point about actually.
Man, fucking
oh yeah, I was gonna say, and that is why the UK is
they
like,
fucking didn't good guy. He didn't trust that invitation shit.
So is it
You were
like
invited to
Activision
get
working
raped
on
by
censoring
Hodeo and have a
people
bomb in your
in
fucking
lobbies,
Virginia.
right?
Oh my God,
you
there's
sprinkling
enough on my
And
body because they
Microsoft
think
is
I'm
also
Jesus
working
trying
on
to
that,
hush
so
me
the
up.
two of them just working together sounds like a whole lot of
E.T.
censorship,
phone
and I'm
Hodeo's
good for
mother
that, 'cause I like yelling at
and butt
people in
fucked her
lobbies.
via the
I have a
Phantom
question
Pain.
for you. Labs, do you
Man, they
think
blew up
that
with fucking Hodeo's fucking land and got
doing
mad
that
at these
is
people. It's
condition
fucking
of
ain't
the
my
bio
fault. Those
that
fuckers
Microsoft
enlisted
said,
themselves
"Hey,
in
you
fucking
need to start
goddamn.
doing this now."
That creepy fucking guy.
It
The
could be depending on
Eisen-
when they
not
had these
Eisenberg, but
negotiations and started these talks.
what's that
maybe.
fucking
Yeah,
goddamn
I can see-
weird
I
ass
think
old
that
guy
Activision
that had the
shit.
Yeah,
I
I
could-
agree.
fucking
I could see them saying, "Hey, we need to know if you're capable."
I used to be
of-
able to say it, the Eisenberg, the
You know.
fucking
I don't think that they would be willing
Einstein,
to
fucking
make
Einstein.
that sort of PR move.
They
or
should go
that
after
sort of
Einstein's
issue,
family and sue
that
him
is
for that.
that
They should
they were
Einstein had a Virginia bomb in his
financially,
fucking Virginia.
heavy without an acquisition going.
In the state of
That's the
Virginia,
connection
the
of
Einstein
laws,
had a
but-
bomb in his
Right,
fucking
but
band,
I mean,
Virginia.
if it's truly
Created
been
the
going
bomb
on,
that had
for
the Stewart
years, then
Tags
this
blew up.
could have been the last
It was crazy
hurrah.
shit.
Like, do this. We need.
The guy let me live enough to post all that shit because it'd be
It's
fucking
possible, but we
weird to have a
won't.
Wikipedia page saying here's a thin fucking
All right,
guy.
let's go on to something that
And that
we
Leonardo was
do
the real
know,
fucking
and that
culprit.
is
They
that,
can't go forth and do that shit.
Shane Bentley came in with 10 gifted memberships to the channel. Let's
I ate too many
go,
fucking
Shane. Thank you
chimichangas
so
on
much.
the
You're going
fucking
up on the
trolley
wall,
train
too.
to fucking kill. They
Let's
can't go
go.
forth and say that
Really
shit.
appreciate that. If you got a gifted membership, make sure
I
you
ate too
say
many fucking chimichangas.
to Shane Bentley.
While I'm in the microwave and breakdance
Just throw
for like
balls.
many
He's
hours
like, "Oh,
at an
love that."
apartment.
Love that. Shane, greatly appreciate that. Look at it! Look at it right there, Shane.
Love that.
Damn it! I got the wrong
That was
color.
this guy's name stuttering in fucking crazy.
Did it wrong. Shane, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that.
They
That is
breakdance.
spectacular.
He's doing the
You
worm, and they
quickly-
fucking have the big
There we
fat
go,
guy,
Shane.
the
All right, let's
Rakishi. Rakishi had his ass cheeks in
Look
the
at it.
fucking
There we go.
goddamn wrestlers' fucking faces and shit. They don't want my ass.
And we've got our goal today. That is outstanding, guys.
Rakishi.
Thank you very much for your
I
support.
used to have a Rakishi doll. I wish I still
The
fucking
10
had that
gifted
Rakishi
memberships.
fucking
Let's
doll.
take and go. Heretic came in and says, can confirm with
Now
Garrett,
I'm gonna buy
she's
no
an air
Rakishi
fryer
doll off
is
eBay. He
top-notch.
probably
If you
fucking
want
do
bread
creepy
as
shit to his
well,
ass
the air
cheeks.
fryer gives it a fried toast soft crunch.
Rakishi, and then they had those guys breakdancing doing the worm and shit. They were going, they were
Quality,
breakdancing like that, like the worm, you know, when they fucking break dance.
Sandwiches and side scrollers.
Let's go. EHAP says, I agree with Blabs. ET looks like my grandpa after a day of
The
yard
fucking
work
creepy
before
Vega
he
guy
flies.
fucking spooks my ass.
Compare E.T. to a grandpa, but I mean, E.T. is just a freaky alien. There it
Well,
is.
by the end of that, his heart may give out like ET. So.
Anyway,
He
I
may
was
be
gonna
going
say-
home, yes.
we should, yeah, we should have a sandwich day. Let's talk about sandwiches.
everyone just comes
I
in with
love
sandwiches.
it.
Fuck,
Blake wants to
I'll
know-
make a couple and eat them all.
Blake says, are Corey and Melanie related with the Balto Day?
Maybe we are. Which Corey?
I
is
got a
this?
boner for
Maybe
fucking
Casey
Chung Lee
Corey.
actors.
Maybe.
And she
Okay.
gave me a
Okay.
boner for watching Street Fighter.
Xavier says, I agree with Melanie.
Hey, Rio, you don't
Although
want to get
Microsoft
ass fucked.
has put out
I said,
half the
God,
Netflix
watch your back, and they fucking do that.
The Netflix gaming is making the Netflix originals of gaming. in my
Hey, amigo, you want to get
Yeah,
fucked in the
I'm
ass,
kinda
cracked by
thinking they
Andrew
just
Yates and the
Microsoft
fucking
bought
weird
this
ass pedophile
thing,
musical
like,
group, Strange
what's that?
Music.
The one that they keep redoing.
They can save a bunch of money on your car insurance
cards, you switch over to Geico and not get raped in the ass
The
by
main game we
Allstate.
do. World of
Call of
Warcraft.
Duty. Oh,
World of Warcraft, which is just like money they get every month.
I'm gonna wear my
Like-
big tree jacket. Hope a guy
Why
don't
not
get
buy-
blasted.
get that
They can't go far for doing it.
That's been
Nah, so I'm
declining,
worried.
though. World of Warcraft's player base.
I'm
A
the
female
son of a
clone
bitch.
formerly known as Az. It's Happy Friday side scrolls to G2's
It makes
praise
real
me
life
steak,
sense,
butter, and
fucking man.
balls. Go.
Yay!
Hey, speaking of Az, once again, we'd love to have him on the show sometime. Open invite.
Yeah,
But
bro,
we had a
fucking
video
Chung
going
Wei.
up based off our conversation with
Big
David
ass
Jeff
boner for
last
Chung
week that
Wei.
went up earlier today.
I don't
It's
even
kind of
need
popping
that.
off.
I
Lots of
already did
people
it,
talking
Chung.
about that. It's the one. It's a portion of it where he said that Az
Chung
needs
Wei
to go see
doing
a
a spinning
therapist, which is
vibe
like,
kick, whatever the fuck that
really
shit's called.
interesting. So we'll also be posting that over on Twitter as well, and I'm sure that'll be responded to very well. Scarfy came in.
You gonna run them fucking away, they able to do
Dad
this
bought
fucking
the
shit. They ain't
Barbarian
gonna put my ass
Wit.
up in there. That's
I
gonna
mean,
run off somewhere.
Dude,
You know,
League of Legends with Udyr with his remake.
I ain't gonna rate my ass
Udyr was
about
my
COVID.
main, so
I got
after
raped
that, I
a
was like,
COVID
I'm
victim.
not playing this game anymore.
I'm a COVID victim. I'm a
They
COVID
changed
victim
him
on
from
Facebook
this
shit.
wilderness, a dude who literally lives in the woods.
You get 10,000
A
to get a
wilderness
COVID
man who
fucking
was like
fucking
super
victim.
buff, and he was like the fastest. He could run super fast.
You're a COVID victim, son. You just say they ain't
bear
sprinkle enough
stance.
on your
He
body.
was super fast in bear stance. Well, now he's got a
You're a
pot belly
COVID
and titties. It's like, why do they do that to my guy? He lives in the woods and eats meat and berries. There's
He
no
should be
way
fed.
he's gonna get a body like that.
yeah, unless he's drinking 30 packs of beer a day.
Right.
Even if you look at Street Fighter, what is it? E Honda, the sumo guy.
Yeah.
Even he was like jacked. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't even look
Yeah.
fat. He was jacked. Or Bo Rai Chu, the drunk guy from
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat, I
yeah.
think.
Mhm.
He wasn't even like grossly obese. You know what I'm saying? And he was literally a drunken fighter.
Hashtag justice for Udyr in World War. Let's get it going.
Yes.
Let's go.
That Vega guy wants to come and
Check
rate
it
me.
out.
I
Check
got
this out.
Vega
It's
clothes too,
outstanding.
man. They can't go far from
Raider.
Hi, Raider.
With the 50.
Lion
Owl
torture and eat
bags.
tomato sandwiches.
What do we got?
Got Burger King.
The owl and the
Burger
bat.
King sandwich.
Also,
The biggest
on both
sandwich.
sides. Love that.
My two favorite animals.
I'm missing one of my balls. I think my dog might have took it and ate it.
That's my ball. Travis,
Nick-
2023.
Seriously, I think he ate it.
Raider, thank you so much. That is extremely generous.
Oh,
As Travis
Bruce
goes and
Lee's
tries to
son.
find the balls.
Oh,
Mr. Insanity says, no, hear me out. Grilled peanut butter and honey.
That sounds divine.
it is good.
Mhm.
Not an
Insanity.
ounce of nutritional
Bruce
value
Lee.
in it, but it sounds great. Yeah, it sounds-
I got this at Mission
And,
All, though.
Seth
I understand
Rollins,
the guy
let's go, came
was
in
around
with
back in the
50. Where's your
1960s.
balls
or
at,
whatever
Trav?
the heck.
Did you
There
find
you
your
go.
balls?
This happy
Got one.
24th anniversary.
Shoot up.
Oh, man.
Travis
This
is
is
a
also
normal
happy.
shooter. I'm sloppy.
But the other one's just missing, so I think he might have ate the